let's go back to our 7-step client value optimizer system. Now, the same thing that we did with Tripwire, which was its own 20.sales funnel that we built, and you saw that, and basically we were sending out 4 emails to take the offer. Core product is the next thing. So then once they've consumed the Tripwire, core product is the emails that we talked about, the 20.sales emails, which is another campaign. So this is 20.sales Tripwire. This is 20.sales core product. And so what you might want to do is you might want to graduate a certain amount of audience to the not just the full membership, but the premium membership, which is they get a private lesson, which I only take 5 students a year. You might have seen that in the membership plan. So yearly membership, $2,499. You get 3 one-on-one private lessons per year, and it's limited to only 5 students. I think that makes a lot of sense. So that's what we call like a core product or even a profit maximizer. So the point is that you would graduate them from Tripwire into core product at a certain point, and you would build out that funnel just the same way as you did Tripwire. So they're both sales funnels. They're just a little bit different. This one is like a higher cost in time and money. Higher cost in time and money. And then the profit maximizer is even higher cost in time and money. And this is the whole point of sales funnels. It's automating your follow-up sequences to graduate them, cross-selling and upselling. The last step here, which we're going to do now, is something that I think a lot of people forget, which is the whole remarketing, or what I call return path. I find that Facebook is valuable for this, also Google, but I'm going to focus on Facebook for this particular tutorial, and we have a good amount of time now to actually do that. And I haven't actually set this up yet, so there may be a little bit of trial and error in doing this, but I think you need to really see how this works. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up my Facebook business system by going to Facebook. And I was already there, but I just want you to know how to find it. So in the drop down on the right hand side, which would be helpful if it actually worked. Come on. There it is. Manage ads. And I'm going to go to my business manager. And once you're in business manager, you want to go down to something called events manager. And for most people, you would go connect data sources. So you would click on that, and then you'd go web, not app or offline, but web, and then you'd click get started, and that's going to help create a new pixel. I had already created a Jazmental pixel, and you cannot delete these, and I want to make that clear to everyone, is like once you create a pixel now within Facebook, you used to be able to delete them. You can't delete them anymore. And so you really don't want a lot of them sticking around. You can repurpose them on multiple websites, by the way. I just want jazmental.com to have its own pixel. So I actually created it here, but that's as far as I got. So I clicked this button up here, clicked web source, and clicked create. And now the pixel is there. But now it would get you to this point, which is continue the pixel setup. So let's go ahead and do that. And what we're going to do is, because we're using WordPress, we're going to use what's called a partner integration. Scroll down, click on WordPress. And we're going to use advanced matching and whatever, just create access token here. I haven't done this for a while, so I have to kind of remember. We're going to copy this code and save this token somewhere, and it won't be stored in Facebook. So we're going to throw it in Notepad. So there's our code. You might actually want to just name that save as. Okay, now that we have that saved, I'm going to throw that off the screen. Continue. And then it actually gives you this download, which is pretty cool. And it's the Facebook Pixel plugin for WordPress. So it says go to your dashboard, click plugins, add new, which we're going to do. Click install now. Yeah, click activate, continue. And then add your access token in that area. So we need this Pixel ID here, and then the access token that we copied from before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to plugins, add new. And now I have to figure out where it went. It's in settings. Sometimes they go into different places. So the Pixel ID is, oh, it already is in there. Oh, that's pretty cool. That was neat. When you downloaded it, it actually put the Pixel ID right in the thing. And then all we need is this Pixel token that we had copied from before. Throw that in there and click Save Changes. Settings saved. And now, if you go to jazzmental.com, you should be able to see, it's Google Tag Assistant. Is it here? No. Okay, well, I wanted to test to see if the pixel is there, but let's just kind of assume that it is. And then what you want to do is, based on people who visited the landing page, you want to create a custom audience for those people. Oh, what's going on here? So this URL for the landing page that we created earlier, I find it's always a good idea when you're marketing. Why did it do that? Oh, because the do you remember when we put the delay timer in, the countdown timer? It actually is basically based on my IP address kicking me back to the home page because the delay timer ran out. So that's interesting. I thought it was I'm clicking something incorrectly here. Let's just copy the link. And let's go into Facebook and let's create an audience. So you're going to go into the ads manager and go into audiences. And we're going to create an audience, custom audience, based on website. And not all website visitors, we're going to do it people who visited specific web pages. And we're going to put in that URL for the landing page that we created. Change this to 180 and name your audience people who visited the Carol of the Bells landing page. So what it'll do is if I'm purchasing traffic and I'm getting free traffic, everyone to that page will build up an audience in here that I can create some advertising in Facebook to kind of follow up with these people. Because if I don't get an email address, I'm kind of like, I want to keep going because these are people that showed an interest in it by clicking the first offer and ending up on that page. And even if I didn't get an email address, I want to continue to market to them. So that's how to create a return path that we talked about in our 7-step client value optimizer system. It's basically taking an audience that is interested in sheet music and piano and repurposing that audience and advertising them with other offers or other upsells and cross-sells, or perhaps even free offers because they haven't opted in yet in Facebook. So I hope that makes sense.